Have you been keeping up with the drama? You know, the bow flotation drama. It's been dramatic. Remember this bag of crab pot floats. I thought, hey, that's going to be kind of nautical and cool, and it just is slightly unmanageable, and they don't quite stuff in a way that makes sense, and they drop a lot of crap. I've got all that old paint. You can just see it right there. The stuff falling off as I move it. Well, that's all going in my boat and on top of my gas can. Not going to have it. That's done. All right, we're out here in a weirdly foggy day. It's noon. This is not just morning burn off, but that's not why we're talking. We're talking about bow flotation and dragonfly. I've got these fenders down there. I have a bunch of fenders. Those things. I have fenders like these. I just have a bunch of them. So I've got about 4 or 5 down in there. Those will float, and then I've got a piece of styrofoam I think I can just put up at the front of this bow in the water in the fog. All right, I've looked these up. These fenders and the polyform mooring balls provide about 11 to 17 pounds of buoyancy. So that's, let's just overestimate for a second for my counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 20 would be 100 pounds. So it's more like 80, 90 pounds for these, plus the styrofoam. And again, you know, a boat's not sinking at the weight of air. I did the original math on the buoyancy, and I was kind of surprised how I didn't need a ton of foam because it's, you know, because it's wide and it's a boat shape. Even if it was in the water, it's not going to just like hard sink. The motor's going to want to sink pretty quickly. But I actually had a boat capsize here with a motor on it, flipped upside down. It just sat on top of the water. It did have styrofoam in the benches, 3 benches. So, you know, it wasn't as much as I have in this one. So, you know, I think we're heading towards a decent direction without like just overly styrofoaming this boat out. We're gonna go down into the boat, and I gotta be careful because I had to take the waterproof cover off the camera, so the camera can't go in the water. Negotiate walking in to the boat. It's got some of that fleck paint I was talking about right here. Sand. Just get all that out. Take a chance to the gas tank up. Pretty full. We're gonna just have this out of our way. Look, so we got this styrofoam cube that I'm gonna put back in the bow, and then I'm gonna hook up all these fenders. I tried them in yesterday as a kind of a temporary. I gotta get to redo all the old thing styrofoam. There's that. Here's the thinking. Put this guy up like that, and I run, if I'm running from here, and I just run a piece of cord through, you know, right here. Just shove a fender under there too. I think about that. I don't know if you can tell, but we bouncing. Okay. Oh, that slipped on the rope. And we also have to get that styrofoam with a hole in it, so be back with you in a minute. Alright, so because these things come with plastic on them, it actually keeps the styrofoam inside when you broke a hole, so it did not make a mess. I was thinking I would have to do all this on a tarp, but pretty clean delivery there. And I'll put this in. It just fits. We got some 2x4s. I'm going to try some different 2x4s. My daughters will be really happy that I brought this guy out. Oh. The first thing I'm going to do is try to shove something. I brought different pieces of wood. see what might hold it there best. Also, if I just use a little one, I can probably get the same effect and not eat up more space. So as much as I'd like to use this, it's probably not the right one. Now, what I'm going to do is run this across here, through there, up into there. I'm going to do a crisscross. So this is going to be really easy or really hard. How far does this go through? Let's just brute force that a little bit, see if it works. Yeah. The boats are rocking. See if we just keep brute forcing a little bit. We can trick it into coming this way. Hey, look at that, that kind of worked. And you doubted me. Okay, let's get this one back up in there. You know, if I was smart, I would have had like that. I'm going to do that first. This. And run this back through. This is going to go there. The last one. Okay, now pulling it right through. Keep pulling it right. Time through. We could just tie a knot right here. So we're just going back through here again. Okay, now I can't quite get it as tight as I want it. And then this is going to do a tie. There we go. Right, this is going to get tied. One is, I'm going to tie this over here. There we go. Here. Big blue. A bend in there. I want to go this way. Okay. Get this all out. Just going to squeeze up in there. So we'll run that. Look at that. I think that's pretty cool. Hole up here too, I think. All right, let's see here. If you're sitting here, you don't see any of it. In here. Much better solution than my crab pot float. All right. Being up on that valve as much. If you're driving, this is eye view. And yeah, you can see a little bit of that down in there, but not much. Gas tank's always going to be in the way, but we've really improved the experience for the people riding in the front and added some flotation. So I think that's a win.